We were looking at it through like here, and this is all cleared now. And you can see that little piece at the end, that's the piece that was missing. This whole entire thing was off.
We're here at Boyce Park in Allegheny County, and we're here to learn more about a recent trip Melissa took to view oil and gas wells and what she discovered. Melissa, can you tell us a little bit about the work you do with Earthworks?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a Pennsylvania field advocate with Earthworks, which means that I use this thing called an optical gas imaging camera to look at oil and gas sites across the state of Pennsylvania. And it is specifically calibrated to be able to see normally invisible gases like methane and health hazardous volatile organic compounds, including benzene. And this is the same technology that the industry uses and that regulators use to look at oil and gas sites. A couple of months ago, I was in this park working with some community partners to look for an orphan gas well that is also nearby. And we smelled a really strong kind of a sulfuric odor as we were walking on one of the trails not far from here, and decided to kind of follow that smell. And we weed whacked for a while. And using this camera, I was able to see that there was a significant equipment problem at this well site, and that there was a piece of equipment that was missing that was allowing methane and volatile organic compounds to actually pour out of this well site. And unfortunately, we don't know the last time that this site was inspected. And so I reported the issue to the Department of Environmental Protection. We called the emergency line for the company, and the problem was luckily fixed. And today, things are looking good.
And you said we're pretty close to a trail near here and to some other parts of the park that a lot of children and families use.
Exactly, there are playgrounds here, there's basketball courts, soccer fields, trails that people run on, that kids take hikes on with their families, just like literally a stone's throw from where we are right now. Thousands of people visit this park every single year, so it's a real problem to have infrastructure like this that's leaking or venting health hazardous pollutants into the air so close to people and so close to children. And unfortunately, there aren't any regulations in place right now requiring operators to visit these sites and inspect them with a camera like this with any kind of frequency. And so it's possible that it could have continued to vent methane and volatile organic compounds into the air like that for a really long time.
So methane is the main ingredient in natural gas, and it's got really serious climate change impacts, right?
Absolutely. It's 84 times worse for our climate than carbon dioxide in the short term.
And where methane is leaked, there are also volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which harm people's health.
Yep, VOCs include things like benzene, which have short-term consequences like asthma, other respiratory issues, skin and eye issues, but also long-term consequences like cancer, including leukemia, and also poor birth outcomes like low birth weight and preterm births.
I know as a parent, things like low birth weight and preterm birth are really concerning and have long-term impacts for families. It's not just the moment of birth, but really those lead to a lot of issues throughout life.
Absolutely.
So this is a small well with leak-prone equipment. There are a lot of those across Pennsylvania.
There are. There's actually tens of thousands of these across the state. And even though they're small, they account for 50% of the methane pollution that comes from oil and gas production in Pennsylvania.
And we're working on EPA safeguards that hopefully will include small wells with leak-prone equipment, right?
That's the goal. We really would like to see leak detection and repair requirements that are stringent for wells of this size, so frequent inspections of these wells being part of that EPA rule.
And the great thing about EPA protections and about the hearings that they hold whenever they're talking about these is that families and moms and dads across the state can participate, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's opportunities for everyone who cares about the climate, who cares about their family's health, to participate and provide testimony for these hearings.
Well, I really appreciate you bringing us out here. I'm so glad that you stumbled upon this site and really glad that it was taken care of quickly. I hope that we can find a way to move forward and that the EPA will come up with some really good safeguards for these small wells so families like mine who come to the park and play and want to just enjoy nature can do that without worrying about what we might be breathing and what the health impacts might be for our families.